Hello everyone, welcome to a brand new live stream brought to you by the China Media Group. My name is Lucy Liu and behind the camera is my lovely colleague Leah. In today's live stream, we just wanted to remind you guys that we can see all of your comments live, so please like and share and comment and ask as many questions as you can. Today, our live stream is brought to you by the China Media Group. My name is Lucy and behind the camera is my lovely colleague Leah. So everyone, hotels are supposed to be a safe haven and a home away from home for travelers and for guests all around the world. However, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, the hotel industry has had a lot of damages caused. In China, however, because of the COVID-19 pandemic gradually getting under control, the hotel industries in China are seeing early signs of improvement. So today we are here at one of the highest hotel in China. You can check out the view from the window. It is one of the highest hotels in China. In Beijing, the China Hotel, the China World Summit Wing. We are here to find out and speak to some of the hospitality experts to find out how in China the hotel industry are slowly getting back to their feet and what kind of advices they can offer to people all around the world, especially to hotel operators. Saying hello to everyone who is already watching, and we hope that you enjoyed the tea ceremony just now. It was a very lovely one. And here we can see the tea being served. A really beautiful and pure traditional Chinese green tea. And the gentleman beside me is the general manager of the China World Summit Wing. Hello, how are you today?
Ni hao, good to see you again, Lucy. Welcome back. Welcome to all your followers and watchers this morning.
Thank you so much. Can you please introduce yourself to our audiences?
Sure. So I'm Alex Willits. I'm the general manager of the China World Summit Wing Hotel. I've been here for just under a year and with the Shangri-La Group for a little over 5 years now.
Wow, so how long have you been in China for, you said?
So I arrived in China in June last year. I've been working in the Middle East and before that in Southeast Asia before. So I've been here almost a year now in Beijing in this wonderful hotel, wonderful city.
Thank you so much for introducing yourself. So everyone, for people who just come in to the live stream, we're here from China Media Group. My name is Lucy, and standing beside me is the lovely gentleman, Alex Willits, and he is originally from the UK.
I am.
And has been in China for 9 months, and he's the general manager of the China World Hotel. So Alex, tell us about the tea in your hotel. Do you like it?
I do, I love it. As you said, Lucy, this is a green tea. This is a long gin spring tea. So it's a very young tea, a young green tea, so very light in flavour, very fresh. And it's a spring tea that's traditionally picked, and it's the first pick each year, so it has a very short season, but it's a beautifully fresh tea and wonderful to start your day with, to get you sort of kick-started.
Amazing, thank you. And to everyone who's watching from all around the world, I wanted to remind you that it is Monday, May the 4th in China, and May the 4th is actually the Youth Day in China. So it is a day dedicated to youth in China. And Alex, I want to wish you forever young for today.
So well, listen, we all need a bit of youth in our life, so thank you very much, and the same to you, and also to Leah.
Thank you so much for your wish. And Alex, I actually wanted to point out one thing I just found out about how your hotel is helping people resuming work and help your staff and guests to keep healthy. I can see this lovely tea performing girl. She's actually actually wearing gloves.
That's right.
Is this normal? Does she always wear gloves, or is it just for preventing the disease?
So, well, this is something that we've introduced, Lucy, since obviously the virus outbreak. You also see that she's got a mask on as well.
She's
So
got the
all
mask.
our staff have personal protective equipment. That's something we started very early. The sort of safety and security of our staff as well as our guests was something that the company took a very stringent stance on. So it's something that we will continue with until obviously we feel that we're in a position that we can sort of revert back. So it's just a precautionary measure. You know, health and hygiene so important, as we know at this time. I'm wearing a mask, so you know, all our staff are equipped depending on where they work, and we might see a little bit more of that as we move through the hotel this morning.
Amazing, thank you. And I just want to let our audience appreciate the beauty of the lovely tea ceremony. Girl, can you please show she's wearing a glove, and I'm pretty sure you will be disposing your glove once you finish, right? 在结束以后就会扔掉，对吗？对，谢谢。So she said yes, and she will be disposing the pair of gloves, and they're only for once off use. And she's wearing a face mask as well to protect herself and also protect the guests from catching any viruses. 谢谢。Thank you very much, and I hope that you enjoyed the little tea ceremony we have to start your morning. We have Kenny who said, nice tea to start the morning. We have Aline who said, hello Lucy. Hello back to you, Aline. And we have Jessie coming to say hi. And we have Deborah here, great to see you. And we have Terry who said prayers to everyone. We have Rita who said hello China. Thank you so much for saying hello. And you guys can say hello to Mr. Alex Willets as well. Can I call you Alex?
Of course you can, yes, absolutely.
So, thank you. So guys, you can say hello to Alex. He is the recently newly appointed General Manager of the China World Summit Wing. So Alex, can you also tell us a little bit about the China World Summit Wing? How many rooms do you have, and how is the room occupancy situation now that the pandemic situation is gradually under control in Beijing?
So first thing, the hotel opened 10 years ago, so we're 10 years old. Actually, this year is our anniversary.
Oh, 10 years.
So we opened in August 2010.
Yep.
You know, it's been quite a difficult situation. I think, you know, everybody around the world is now starting to experience that for themselves. Many countries in lockdown. China, as we know, was the first to go through that. And I'm pleased to say that in recent days and weeks, we've started to see some of those relaxation of the laws and lockdown. And that's had a positive effect. Certainly, we're starting to feel that within the hotel. Business is resuming. People are coming back to work. They're also starting to come out more. And as the government relaxes the laws, we're starting to see a little bit more consumer confidence coming into the market.
Amazing. I'm so glad that you mentioned consumer confidence, and the confidence must come also from your dedicated work to help the hotel getting ready to welcome guests back.
Yes.
Let's see how some of the comments we have. We
Okay.
have Patricia who said hello to Alex.
Oh,
we
hi,
have
Patricia.
Kenny who said happy anniversary to China World
Thank
Summit
you.
Wing. And we have Peter Pang who said hello Alex from Sydney, Australia. So
wow.
thank you everyone from around the world for watching this brand new live stream brought to you by the China Media Group. And once again, this is Alex Willets, General Manager of one of the highest hotels in China, in Beijing, China World Summit Wing. My name is Lucy Liu. Behind the camera is my colleague Leah. And you can see we have a lovely spread of sweets in here,
Yep.
in the Summit Wing. You can tell us about it. Are there many people coming to buy it right now, or are you trying some innovative ways?
Well, actually, yeah, interesting, and you'll see that there's a little display there of some cakes in boxes. So something that we've done recently where people have not been coming out quite so much
That's right.
is we've done a lot more online sales, and I think this is something that has really opened our eyes to a different opportunity within the hospitality industry, selling products online. So people still being able to experience the hotel and the restaurants, the offers that we have, but in the safety of their own home with their families.
Oh wow, so that is very thoughtful actually. So as you heard, part of the way of resuming business or keep business going, where Alex Hotel does is that they try to move business online. So Alex, we are are always very, very happy to see the beautiful view of the Beijing skyline. Can you tell us about it? I think this is an amazing window to see it.
Well, we're blessed here because being the highest hotel in Beijing, on a clear day, you see the beautiful mountains that surround the city. They're a little bit shrouded in the mist this morning, the early morning mist, but the building in front, quite impressive, is the CCTV tower building.
Wow.
So it's a very iconic structure in Beijing. So it's a major landmark, as we are as well, and really signifies the center and the hub of the city. So very much the heartbeat of where we are in Beijing.
Great. So when you mentioned that, we actually wanted to say hi to our colleagues who are actually right now in the control room. And I want to remind everyone that today in this live stream, we actually have a team working hard for it. So if you have any questions or any comments, please don't hesitate to leave them in the comment section, and the whole team will work very hard to answer your questions as much as you can. So now let's continue this tour with Alex. We have Patricia Foster said, beautiful view, thank you so much. Peter Pang said, amazing view from Beijing, China. Jen said, beautiful. Edward is saying hello from Maryland, USA.
Oh, wow.
Great, thank you. So guys, if you are working in the hotel, or if you know a friend who is a staff working in the hotel or an operator, can you please ask any questions you have about how your hotel might be able to resume work, and you can also ask questions about how you keep your hotel in good business. So right now, in front of me, I can see some tissue box and a bottle of hand sanitizer.
That's right.
Alex, do you put the hand sanitizer and the QR code here the whole time, or just
because? So actually, at all our points of entry into the hotel, so in the lobby area, we have a thermal scanning camera, so we can take people's body temperatures. Again, when they go to each restaurant as well, there's a little QR code, as you've mentioned. They scan that, they complete a little quick online declaration form just to say that they've been in Beijing, or they've been in a safe part of China. And then, of course, we've got the hand sanitizer, which is just to obviously make sure that from a hygiene perspective, everyone gets sanitized as they come into the property as well.
Amazing, so I might try that. If I was a guest trying to come into the hotel or trying to have a cake or afternoon tea in the lounge of the 80th floor in Beijing, when I come in, I need to first scan and say this.
A little declaration form. So this is just a few questions just to confirm that you've been in Beijing, that you've been in a safe part of China before you come here as well. That's for just tracking purposes. Helps with any tracking needed after.
So we're using hand sanitizers and using some internet technology to help knowing people's travel history and making sure that people come from a safe part of China. We have a lot more comments coming in as well. We have Babas who are saying, good morning, I love you, China.
Oh, great.
And we have, let me see if I've read this one, but the next one is from Adi Chong, said, good morning, China. Greetings from Kuala Lumpur. Have a great day, everyone.
Oh, very nice. Southeast Asia.
Yes, really envious that people are in Kuala Lumpur. I actually miss it a lot as well. One of my best friends live there, so greetings to you from China, Adi. And we have Lebeth. It is really good what your product.
Oh, that's nice.
It's very nice.
Thank you so much.
And so many people are coming in to say they love China. I've been to Beijing before.
Super.
So next time when you come to Beijing, don't forget to visit the lounge in the China World Summit wing and experience their world-class hospitality service.
Absolutely.
So now we're here greeted by the beautiful hotel souvenir or sommelier. Thank you so much. And can you please introduce yourself to us?
Good morning. My name is Bruce. I'm the sommelier of the China Summer Wine. We totally have 715 wines on one list.
How many wines did you say?
715 wines.
751. Wow.
Yeah, 15 wines on our wine list, and we focus on boutique wineries from all the world, with particularly such like France, Spain, Italy, and New World such like Australia, America, Chile, and Argentina. And we also have some very interesting and special selections such like new trend, such like Brewer Champagne, and biodynamic and organic wineries, and also we have some natural wines, and we also have a big selection from China, such like the most famous Chinese wine production region, Ningxia, Henan Mountain East, and also Shandong, Shanxi, and also we have some local ones from Hualai, just west north of Beijing. Yeah.
Amazing. So Bruce Lee, aside from having an amazing name, he also is very experienced with hotel wines. And like he just introduced, there are so many different types of wines that they have all around the world. We have Ahmad, who said, I love Chinese tea and the way it's served. So other than tea, maybe you will also know the new knowledge today that China also has a great selection of wines. But Bruce, the question I want to ask you now is actually, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, not a lot of people are able to come into the hotel. So for the wines that you have, do you also sell it to people outside of the hotel?
Sure.
Or do they
Yes,
have to
yes.
come to the hotel?
Yes, we have online sales.
So you have online
We
side.
can do the wine as well.
Amazing.
We have very nice selection of wine, and we also have package. You can select the different wines on our online sales.
And I'm pretty sure before you sell the wine to outside customers, will be spraying them and making sure that they are disinfected as well?
Yes, sure. Yeah.
Thank you very much. So like Bruce just introduced, with all of the wonderful selection of wines, they make sure that they're clean and make sure that they're hygienic before they sell it to online customers. Let me see, we have Spring Morning Glory, who said China World Summit Wing is such a classic name.
Yeah. Very special, yes.
It's very special, and it actually sits above the China World Trade Center.
That's correct, yes. So the Trade Center was opened around almost 40 years ago. Our first hotel, the China World Hotel, opened 35 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And so we're part of this large complex. And actually, as you said, below us is one of the largest malls in all of China, actually.
wow.
So yeah, it's a great place to come and stay. And then also the subway lines run below us as well. So it's a great way to be able to explore the city as well, using the public transport network, which is excellent in Beijing, I have to say.
So I can tell it has a great location, but because of the location, I'm sure you guys have a flood of people coming in and out every day, and it must be quite hard during the COVID-19 period when you have to actually remain your social distancing. Can you please tell me some of the biggest challenges the hotel has faced during this time? Let's walk and talk.
Yeah, I think, obviously the biggest thing was us obviously closing down to make sure that we were protecting our guests and staff. That was always very much at the forefront of our mind, was the protection of our staff and guests.
Yeah.
So since we've started to reopen the hotel, as you mentioned, social distancing has been very important. So we only allow a certain occupancy in our restaurants, in our bars. We have distance between the tables that we try to keep.
Yes, I can see.
There was also a maximum number of people that you could have seated at a table, which was 3. So again, these were some of the ways in which we've been sort of controlling and making sure that we've been able to minimize any hygiene issues that might crop up.
Thank you so much. So Alex, I might interject here with a question. We have a comment, actually, a very nice one. Thank you so much. Nice to see that the hotel is welcoming guests again, working hard for the world economy to recover together. Thank you for your great comments. And just to remind everyone that we can see all of your comments in real time. And we're here with Alex Willets, who is the General Manager of China World Summit Wing, one of the highest hotels in China. And this live stream is brought to you by the China Media Group. We're here to talk about how China's hotel industry is coping during the COVID-19. So it's a really rare and precious opportunity for you to ask any hotel and hospitality related questions. In speaking of that, we have a question from Kunal, who said, how long has your hotel was not able to be in operation?
So we were more or less closed throughout the month of February, and we reopened again on the 1st of March. So the hotel was closed for about a month. We did have some long stay guests with us in the hotel.
Yes.
Our restaurants we closed for the month of February, and we've slowly been reopening since the beginning of March. And we've been working very closely with the local government and the authorities' regulations, making sure that we were working in tandem with them.
Great, thank you. Very sensible practice as well. Alex, I can see a major stage in here. Can you tell us about it?
Well, we've transitioned now from one of my favourite rooms, which was the lounge, and the winery
cellar,
as well, the cellar, and we're now into my second favourite room, which is our bar atmosphere. So this is the highest bar in Beijing, atmosphere bar.
Yes, so we can see from outside.
Views, and actually behind you is the Forbidden City and Tiananmen Square.
Oh wow!
It's about 4 kilometers down the Chang'an Avenue. And if you can see those kind of red terracotta roofs slightly in the distance, just straight in front, that is the Forbidden City, which is a wonderful landmark, historical attraction here in Beijing. So we're blessed here in atmosphere to have those super facing views out to the Forbidden City.
Totally, and our viewers agree with you as well. We have Tommy Taylor who said beautiful view, and so I pointed out the stage, live performance stage.
We do.
Because I'm pretty sure, judging from that, this place must be really busy before. But now you have to sit people in a certain distance. And did you have to restrict how many people come into the lounge or the atmosphere?
We are careful, yes. And as we said, working with the local authorities, we follow the guidelines in terms of distancing. At this time, we don't have any live performances taking place, and that's just another step we're waiting to open back up. But you're right, before that it was a super popular place, and actually New Year's Eve here, I can tell you we had 700 people up here in the whole of the 80th floor, so it was a super place to come and celebrate New Year's Eve, I have to say.
So it's super packed, isn't it?
Super packed, super popular,
And speaking of super packed, your bartender or bar staff must be so busy when it's 700 people.
Absolutely.
This is one of the bar staff right here. Hi sir, can you introduce yourself to everyone?
Sure. My name is Volkan. I'm working in the Atmosphere Bar as a head bartender. I will make today homemade noodle ATM cocktail.
Oh wow! So this is about.
This is our new menu 2020, and then I really want to be touched inside of the Chinese culture and then the European culture. So we will mix it.
Oh wow!
Let's do something.
Yes, let me talk to our viewers first. So this is Vulcan, and Vulcan is now making a cocktail that is inspired by European and Chinese tradition.
Yes.
Amazing. And Vulcan, where are you from originally?
I am from Turkey.
From Turkey, and have you stayed in China this whole
It's
time?
almost 8 months.
8 months now in China, in Beijing.
Yes, in
Do you
Beijing.
like it so far?
Of course, because we are Asian people, so culture nearly same. So I was not be hard for me.
Amazing. So welcome and everyone. Now let's lo and behold, waiting for the beautiful wine mixing to start. Yes,
Sure.
you can.
Thank you.
So just to remind the new.
I use a gin. This is a special gin from Germany.
Yes.
I use some liquor from the French. I use fresh lime juice. There's a surprise. This come ant.
Well, you have to use a lot of muscles for this.
So this one I
Wow.
make a noodle, same like my mom did.
Oh.
This is the pickles.
Beautiful pickles, same way Vulcan's mother did. So a bit of Turkish infusion, and this beautiful jar is definitely Chinese, and some European wine into the
And
mix.
top of champagne.
Wow.
And I know Chinese people love jelly.
And some jelly bears too.
Yes.
Very clever. So you designed especially for this hotel, for China. Or some mint.
Now make some noise.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. And Vulcan, you are so talented.
Yes.
It's like
So-
a mystical Asian creation.
Definitely. So we are very much looking forward for the pandemic to be fully under control so that the hotel can get fully back to business and people can all come and appreciate the beautiful art creation of Welcome. We have a lot of people coming to have really cool comments. We have George saying hello to you from America, from
Wow,
New
super.
York. And we have Kenny who said, this is something really strong to start in the morning. I think so too. And we have someone who said, room with a Beijing city view is quite something. So everybody is really happy to see the beautiful view. And one thing I also want to point out, can you show us your hand, please? So you're wearing gloves, and Alex, why is he wearing gloves as well?
So this is something that Volkan introduced as well. As you saw in the lounge, our staff
that's
have
right.
been wearing gloves there, and Volkan's adopted that because obviously he's handling a lot of glassware. So again, from a hygiene perspective, people coming in, lots of different ingredients. So it's also important that he also protects himself and also the guests who are coming to try his wonderful creations as well.
Thank you. So like you can see, everyone who's watching, just like the beautiful tea ceremony, lady Welcome is also wearing 2 black gloves and a pair of face masks. And he's been wearing it also to protect himself and also people who visit. Thank you so much.
You're welcome,
We'll come back to
welcome. Have a
visit you
nice
later.
day. Have a
Thank
nice
you.
day.
Have a really
Thank you.
nice day. How do you say thank you in your language?
In teşekkür ederim.
Say it again.
Teşekkür
Teşekkür.
ederim.
Teşekkür ederim.
谢谢.
谢谢 and bye bye. Thank you so much for showing us. We have some really good comments with you guys, from you guys. Very interesting technique. Another compliment to Welcome.
I can show you this actually because you were asking earlier when we were in the lounge about how we've adapted. So
Yes.
Volkan very cleverly has realized that people who were not comfortable coming out when
That's right.
In the early part of the recovery, so he's actually done some of his cocktails and bottled them and sells them
Oh,
online. So
wow.
you can actually take his cocktails home, have them delivered. It comes with a beautiful little shaker, stirrer and a jigger.
Wow.
So you can actually have that cocktail experience from ATM in your own home with your friends, with your family as
Amazing.
well.
So it's like
yeah.
you're not even adapted, you've even sort of improved, because this
Yeah.
looks like an art piece to sort of keep.
Yes.
Because of the beautiful label
Thank
and the
you.
beautiful little shaker as well.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for thinking and coming up with clever ways to keep hotel and hospitality staff being still in business and people being at work. Actually, there's a little bit of a difficult question I wanted to ask, because the hotel industry has actually been hit quite hard by the pandemic because of cancelled weddings, cancelled events, and cancelled bookings. I have read from the news that many hotels in the world have to lay off some staff or reduce their working hours. Did you have to do the similar things with your hotel, or have you thought of a different way to deal with it?
Well, I mean, at a very early stage, straight after Chinese New Year, a lot of our staff we sent on annual leave. So we gave them that annual leave early, which coincided with the closure of the hotel. And as we started to reopen, those staff have since come back to the hotel. what we've also done is split the hotel staff into sort of two teams. So we had sort of Team A working for 4 days, and then Team B coming and working for 4 days. So that way we were able to sort of reduce the number of people at the hotel, but at the same time make sure that we had everybody employed as well. So at this time, that's the steps that we've sort of taken to be able to sort of maintain our workforce. And now we're starting to see some signs of recovery in the business coming back. We're able to kind of increase our staffing back into the hotel again.
Thank you. So it is quite lucky that during the Chinese New Year they were on annual leave anyway, and then you split them into two teams.
That's right.
So thank you, Alex. And this is a tip that hotel operators around the world, would you say that they can adopt to a separate team?
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I guess it varies country to country, city to city, and company to company. But I have to say, the Shangri-La Group have been, extremely generous and very supportive. Our leadership in Hong Kong has been very much in touch with us and giving us directions.
Sorry to interrupt,
Sure.
but I can see that we have one lady who's
Yes.
been cleaning, and you can show us, please. 谢谢.
So again, you see the gloves, the mask, the cloths that are used on a daily basis are changed on a regular thing, and we are sanitizing our lifts on an hourly basis. So this is something that we're doing to make sure that. So just to make sure that when people come in, that again the lift panels, which get touched quite a lot during the day, are being cleaned on a far regular basis.
So I can see that it says the lift is sanitized every hour, and you have a reminder to say that please have your mask on at all times when you are in public area.
That's right.
Thank
yes,
you.
yeah.
We have. 谢谢，再见. We have Mr. Brown said, love your interview. Thank you so much. And he loves the cocktail as well. Thank you. So reminding everyone who just come in, please, we can see all of your comments in real time. Please give us a comment, give us a question, or like and share this live stream brought to you by China Media Group. This is Alex Willets from the China World Summit Wing. My name is Lucy. Leah is behind the camera. Let's check out some new comments coming in. Do you have any medical center around the hotel? Really good question. Any medical center around the hotel?
Yeah, like most capital cities, there are a number of medical institutions close to the hotel. We have a couple that we work with more closely. Again, post the pandemic, we're now in a situation where we're looking to try to support some of those doctors and nurses who went to Hubei and to Wuhan, who have now come back as a sort of CSR initiative to thank them for their efforts in helping control the crisis outbreak there.
So how are you think? Are you offering rooms for them for free, or what is the policy of rewarding these first responders?
Well, 12th of May is actually World Nurses Day, so that's a great day for us to be able to get behind that initiative. A lot of work's being done all over the world to sort of support those first responders and those essential workers. So we see that as a great way for us to be able to do something for them. So we're going to be delivering some nice lunch boxes to them, these beautiful bento boxes that we've designed.
Oh,
so
amazing.
We're going to be surprising some of those staff down there with on the 12th of May.
Nice surprises, and thank you so much for your kind-hearted work for a good cause. And here we are at the China World Suite. This is one of the premier or presidential suites.
This is our presidential suite. So this is our top suite, which has been had heads of state and people who've come to visit Beijing stay in. Again, wonderful views as you see. A different view this time over Beijing.
Let's go and have a look at the views. And the reason, guys, I and Alex wanted to bring you to this room is to show how, as a hotel, they are cleaning their rooms and making sure that people who check in to stay are very safe. Because as some of you might know, that Beijing has actually lowered its public health response level to a lower level, which means people can actually now travel in and out of Beijing from low-risk areas, and they do not have to go through quarantine if they travel to Beijing from a low-risk area. So have you seen bookings increase?
Just recently, yes. As you mentioned, Lucy, this is a holiday weekend, the May Day holiday, so a period of 5 days, and we've seen business into Beijing certainly lift up a little bit, which has been encouraging. I think even more so if you look across China, you know, the numbers in terms of occupancies at hotels in different parts of the country have also improved. So I think that, again, we spoke about confidence earlier.
Yes.
There's a little bit more confidence in the market now. And certainly this is the first time since before Chinese New Year that the people have been able to sort of travel often outside of their city, even outside of their province.
Yes.
So, you know, people have been able to reunite, families back together again, friends getting together. So yes, we've seen business start to pick up.
Amazing, thank you. We have John who said, I would love to stay in your hotel. I hope international travels open up again very soon. And I think both Alex and I agree with you. We all hope that international travels can open up soon. Alex, oh wow, so here we can see a lady wearing her protective suit, and she is now making the bed.
That's right.
Can you tell us about this practice?
So all our housekeeping staff now have been wearing this PPE for the last 2 or 3 months since the pandemic started. So you see that she's got a full suit on, also wearing gloves, mask and protective eyewear, as well as shoe covers as well. This is changed twice a day, so when she goes for her break, she'll disrobe. It'll all go into a special soluble bag to be sent away for a deep, thorough cleaning at a high temperature, and a fresh set is then put on when she will come back to work. Prior to the sort of downgrading of the situation, we were also keeping our rooms vacant after occupancy for 72 hours.
72 hours.
And all the bedding from the rooms, again, is sent away in a soluble bag, and it's washed at a much higher wash temperature.
Thank you so much. So like Alex was saying, that the staff who are cleaning needs to be well protected, so the staff's well-being are protected. And also when the pandemic was severe, they had to clean the room after 72 hours, which means guests' safety are protected as well. So the lady here is working very hard for it. Just wanting to say thank you to her. 谢谢您，您辛苦了。请问您贵姓？
姓单。
单. So this is Miss Shan, and she's working very hard to clean the bed for the hotel and making sure everyone is safe. Let's check some of the comments, shall we? We have Giovanni asking a very interesting question. Is there a helicopter pad on the top of the hotel?
There is a helicopter pad on top
there
of the
is.
hotel. Yes, yes, there is.
And we have Kenny who asks, is there a swimming pool in the hotel?
There is. We have a beautiful infinity pool actually at level 78. Wonderful views again over the city. It's a wonderful little spot actually, I have to say, and it's a 20-meter pool, lap pool.
Amazing. So you got your questions answered, and you can see that Miss Shan is using some spray to disinfect the cover of the pillow and the cover of the bed. And she is fully geared with her shoe protector, her PPE gear, and her goggles, and her face glove as well. And are these the disinfectants?
So
beddings?
that's fresh linen that's come in. Yeah, so that's been through the cleaning process already, and will be ready to go onto the bed, which Shan will attend to shortly. So new duvet cover, sheets, and pillowcases. Yes.
Thank you. And you said that she will get a break after her
Yeah.
shift.
So halfway through the shift, she'll go for a lunch break. During that period, she'll disrobe. All that PPE will then go into a washing process, and then she'll put a fresh set on when she comes back. So she's ready to complete her shift for the rest of the day.
Amazing. So thank you so much for people like Miss Shan, who's been working very hard. They're unsung heroes behind the scene to make sure that hotels are well protected under the leadership, of course, of general managers like Alex. And there's another beautiful tea set over there as well. We have Jessie said, is there a premier room here, Alex? Of course, Jessie, you've already seen it. How many of the premier rooms do you have in the China World Summit?
So we've got 278 rooms and suites here
Yes.
at the hotel. Our leading category is an executive room. It's 55 square meters, so one of the largest in the city. So very spacious, actually. When you compare it to some other capital cities, if I think about London, where I'm from, the rooms that we have here are almost probably twice the size of a lead-in room that you'd get in London, as an example. So very spacious.
Totally, and it is very spacious, which means it requires a lot of cleaning. We have a daily who commented and said, now I can see why it costs $1,000. That's a lot of cleaning. And we have Liao, who said China is developing very well now. Yes. So I think from the outside view and the quality of the room, our viewers are very encouraged of how much the hospitality industry has increased. You've being here, do you have any comments about it?
Yeah, I mean, I have to say, I was very impressed when I arrived in China last year. It's my first time working in China, although I've worked across Southeast Asia. And the quality of the hotels, the quality of the staff, the language capabilities as well is certainly improving. And staff from all over the country working in the hospitality industry. So it's definitely a growth industry here in China, and one that they're very much on the right track with, I would say.
Thank you so much. On the right track, and also showing signs of recovery now that the pandemic is slowly under control in China. So all very encouraging, getting back to what you said about confidence, all very encouraging and showing a lot of confidence. So for Kenny and people who were asking about special sort of settings in this hotel, you asked about swimming pool, you asked about helicopter pad. Now we're taking you to one very special area of this hotel, and also I think a signature of the Shangri-La hotel chain, right?
Very
much so. Spa. Is there anything you want to tell us now that we're walking to the spa?
So Chi the Spa is our sanctuary. It is our brand, Shangri-La brand, and they're beautiful little enclaves that we have in many of our properties around the world. We're fortunate to have one here with us as well at level 77, so just below our swimming pool and our leisure centre. It's a wonderful facility, 9 rooms. We have couple treatment rooms as well as individual, and we tailor make the treatments to people's specific needs as well.
Thank you. So we'll follow you now to the elevator.
So we'll just go around this way here.
And I thought it would be very interesting to see how a spa would resume work now that the pandemic is gradually under control, and how a spa is, because in the spa, people have to come to the spa and contact. So it's hard or impossible to move a spa service online. So it's very interesting to see.
Yeah. And something that we've done, again, realizing that people perhaps weren't able to come out at an early stage, is selling vouchers and packages online that people could purchase, but then come when they feel a little bit more confident, that they're able to come out and enjoy the day, enjoy the time, and spend the time with us in the spa.
So from all that you said, Alex, I can have a big feeling that it's about getting prepared and doing things beforehand. So the spa cannot welcome guests for several weeks, but you sell vouchers beforehand, and the bar cannot welcome guests during the time when they were closed, but you designed a special small box of cocktails. So it's all about thinking ahead, getting prepared, thinking innovative ways to keep the business moving.
Absolutely. I have to say, it's been a wonderful learning experience. And if I talk about learning, that's something that we've done with the staff, actually. It's been an opportunity for us to help develop our teams, train our staff. Sometimes people, they're so busy, don't often get the opportunity to go on courses. So we've run a lot of online training, a lot of online courses. So actually over the last 3 months, we've been able to really help develop the team and the staff as well, so that when our guests do come back, that the staff are ready and better prepared to service our guests as well, which has been great.
Amazing. So it is sort of using this time to be prepared. And before we start to check out our spa, we do have a lot of wonderful comments, and thank you so much for your comments. You can keep them coming. I read some of them. We have Danny, who said the television in the hotel looks interesting too. You guys are very observant.
Wow.
And thank you. I have looked at this hotel hotel website. And Jesse said next time he will come to Beijing and he wants to check into the hotel.
Fantastic.
And a really good question from Colin Nguyen. Can guests still swim in the swimming pool during this period?
Very good question. Actually, no, not at the moment. All our wet areas are closed, so sauna, steam room, our hydrotherapy pools and the swimming pool are still closed at the moment. Actually, this week we open up our gym, reopen our health club.
Oh, congrats.
Which is great. So
Yes.
that's really nice. That means our members, our guests can start
Yes.
exercising again. Again, we did create some gym rooms. So we
Right.
added some cardio equipment and some resistance training equipment to some of our rooms. So people who were coming to stay, who still wanted that experience to work out, could still do that in the room. So
Yeah.
gym reopens this week, and then we're hopeful that in a couple of weeks we'll be able to open our swimming pool as well.
Amazing. So rooms are opened. The wet areas are not open, but the lounge and the bar is open. So it's a
Yep,
gradual.
all our restaurants now reopened, so that's great. So our 7 outlets, our Japanese, our Chinese, and steakhouse as well.
Amazing. So all working in progress. And we have another really good comment from Safala, who said that's a really great way of staying protected from the virus. And Spring said the hotel workers have gone through all training in order to place in full-time positions. So I think Spring must know a little bit, or is a hotel staff, and he is experiencing similar things of training in this period of time.
Yeah.
So let's see. Pretending I am a guest wanting to come and enjoy the spa.
All right.
你好
This is Linda, who's our spa manager, wonderful spa manager. She'll take you
谢谢。
through it.
我们这边的话就是，客人都会有一个这个表，然后客人从外边进来都会要填一个这个疫情防疫
有
类
英文的吗？
有。
谢谢。So looks like if I was a guest coming into the spa, I need to actually fill in this form. I don't know whether if the lighting is good for the camera to pick up the content of the form, but this is a form, a really comprehensive one, and it asks, similar to the QR code, where have you traveled, how long have you traveled in each area, and what visitors have you had. 那我这些以后干什么？就是填了表以后。
会填表之后我们会留档，然后如果说有客人就是我们就会做一个 file 出来，然后以后如果说有客人有什么问题的话，我们就会拿这个去很容易的去找到。
谢谢。So I was asking what is the use of the form, and she said the form is to keep a record and phone number of the guests. So if there's any problems and they have to contact the guest, they have a way to contact them. 那以后是
还有我们要体温计，还有可以给客人去体温。
So we had to check our temperature, and my temperature is 35.9 Celsius. Sorry for people who use Fahrenheit, but you can tell that I'm having a really healthy temperature. And Alex, you want to come in as well.
Yeah.
So after you.
Good, okay. So let's see if I'm as healthy
Yes.
or not. We'll do my
And I love
temperature.
the Chinese bracelet that you're having.
Well, this is for good fortune and good luck. Actually, this year is my year, the year of the rat. So,
Is it?
Yeah. So not a great start to the year, but I'm confident that it's going to get better,
Yes.
and we'll have a much better end to the year.
Amazing. So congratulations for being in your year, and I'm sure as the year of rat, you can take your staff to overcome this period of time.
For sure. Thank
So
you.
now, guys, we have already gone through our temperature check and making sure that we are two healthy people coming to enjoy the spa.
Yeah.
So I want to ask, what is the next step? 下面干什么？
我们这边的话填完表之后，我们会有给客人去奉茶，这是我们自己煮的玫瑰，然后就是每天我们就是每周都是不同的茶具的那个。
So this is the beautiful tea, and today is the rose tea being served to the staff and the guests. We have some really good comments again from all of you. Jessie is saying that it is a really lovely place to be. And let me check some of your other comments. We have once before. So impressed. Oh, that's I'm so very impressed these hotel workers and how precisely they change the bed sheets. They must have gone through a lot of training, right?
They've done a lot of training, yes, yeah, and but again, it's been a really good way and opportunity for us to just make sure that all our service checks, our standards are in place, just to make sure that the staff feel comfortable and confident in how they're handling the situation, because I think there's been some nervousness as well amongst them, so it's about giving them a little bit of confidence as well, and they're now in a very good routine, I think, and so very precise in the way in which they go about things.
So now that we have checked the room, and we first have been to the lounge, we have been to the bar, and we have gone through the presidential suite, and we checked the spa. Even though we haven't been into the spa, but we can tell that the spa is also very careful into making sure everyone who enters are very safe and sound as well. And today we want to thank the China World Summit Wing and thank Alex himself for letting us to come into this beautiful hotel and to show us some of the ways they are doing now that China's hotel industry actually in early signs of recovery, how they help the hotel staff and the people here to stay healthy and stay safe. Alex, before we end today's live stream, can you please give me 3 tips, actually 3 tips for hotel operators around the world, first of all?
Yeah, I think the first thing is don't panic. I think have a good plan in place, and I think you mentioned it yourself. Think innovatively. How can you do business a little bit differently, but still in a very safe way. So I would say that those are the first things. So don't panic, safety and security, have a good structure and plan in place, and think innovatively how you can still service your guests and customers in a slightly different way.
Thank you. And 3 tips for guests around the world who are maybe thinking of booking a hotel again or booking events.
Yeah, I would say do your homework. Study once you know a destination that you're going to. Make sure you pick a reputable property. Certainly inquire as to their sort of processes, or if you have concerns about the hygiene factors, what do they have in place? And I think protect yourself as well. I think everybody has a duty of care to look after themselves and also look after each other.
Thank you very much. Very wise and very sensible tips. 3 tips for hotel guests is being sensible, do your homework and protect yourself.
Yep.
And 3 tips for hotel operators around the world is be confident, be innovative, and also be really thoughtful of different regulations. We have a comment from Jessie Horn that said, thank you Alex and Lucy as well as Leah for this amazing look at this beautiful place. So with your really nice comment, Jessie, we are going to say goodbye and close today's live stream. Today's live stream is brought to you by Lucy and Leah behind the camera, and it is brought to you by China Media Group. We want to thank the hardworking group of staff in the control room and everyone who worked really hard behind the scene to make sure this live stream can happen. And now we want to say goodbye and good luck to you, and please keep well and keep safe. And now we're going to go and enjoy our lovely spa massage session. So bye everyone, and we'll see you next time. And stay young everyone. Happy May the 4th Youth Day. Bye bye.
Bye bye.